Hello, race fans. I'm Wylie Wade, and this is Wylie's Race Report. Hello, race fans. I'm Wylie Wade, and this is Wylie's Race Report for Saturday, September 5th, 2020, where we had the IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sport Modifieds, and the J's Mobile Welding Hobby Stocks, all putting on some great shows this past Saturday night. But first, I want to remind you this upcoming Saturday night, we have the Delta Dwarf cars in action. The Super Stocks, the Tri-State Pro Stocks will be there as well. The Wingless Sprint cars and the Valley Four Bangers. Make sure you tune in and watch, make my second start in the Valley Four Bangers if all goes as planned. It's going to be a lot of great fun, a lot of great racing action, and the only place to see it is on Antioch Speedway TV. That's right, Antioch Speedway TV is the place to be for all the action live and direct from Antioch Speedway, where action is the attraction. This past Saturday night, September 5th, we had a barn burner of a main event for the J's Mobile Welding Hobby Stocks when Demasi Scoggins and James Thompson battled through most of the event, getting passed by Mitch Enos off the last corner after the first two cars of Scoggins and Thompson got together. But that didn't solve it right there. Even though Enos crossed the finish line first, he got DQ'd in tech, and that put Scoggins back onto the main event win. That was one heck of a main event. Demasi Scoggins taking home the win for the J's Mobile Welding Hobby Stocks. In the IMCA Sport Modified action, we had the Iceman, Tommy Frazier, take home his first win of the year at Antioch Speedway. He is, of course, the 2019 champion in the Sports Modified division. And then on the main event for the IMCA Modifieds, Quick Nick DiCarlo took home the win, and as soon as he crossed the start-finish line, the rear end fell to pieces. Broke a yoke, drive shaft came out, all kinds of trouble. He ended up in victory lane on the back of a hook. But it was a 25-lap main event. He had a 25-lap car, and good thing it wasn't any farther because that was all that car had. If you're interested in those pictures you just saw, Katrina Niss Photography took those. You can check out her website for lots of pictures that she takes each and every Saturday night. Again, all the Winter Circle pictures there from Katrina Niss Photography. Thank you, Katrina. Again, don't forget this Saturday night, we do have some great racing action in store for you with the Delta Dwarf cars, the Super Stocks, Tri-State Pro Stocks, Wingless Sprint cars, and the Valley Four Bangers, all on Antioch Speedway TV. That is the place to be for all the racing action live and direct from Antioch Speedway. This past Saturday night, I had the opportunity to talk to a gentleman. I've talked to him before. He is kind of a regular here on Wylie's Race Report, and we were talking more about his dad this time. Of course, I'm talking about the driver of the 76 Sport Modified, Mark Garner. Here with Mark Garner, driver of the 76 IMCA Sport Modified. First of all, Mark, tonight you're coming into the race. There's 2 points races left. You're leading the points.
Yes, I guess the points that we're supposed to be having, but play by ear, just here to have fun.
So what's your plan? You're not even worried about points. You're just gonna go out and go for the win.
I want to go race. I just want to go race and have fun, and that's it. Just car works good. I'm happy, and we're just working to build the car up to get better for some of the big open shows, the Pettit, Vegas, things like that.
Yeah, I just saw a poster come across on Facebook with you on there talking about dueling the desert.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was a car that was a BMS last year. Yeah, now we got the GRT. So play by ear, see how it goes. Vegas is always fun. My family goes down. We just have a good time for 7-8 days.
One of these years, I got to go down and crash in your room with you.
Absolutely, it's so fun. It is. Last year we got the same house this year. It's got a nice pool, hot tub. Yeah, a bunch of people came by last year. Chet and Beverly, Wagner and Ellie. Yeah, there was just a bunch of people there. We had a good time, barbecued, and yeah, just relax.
So, you've been racing in some manner or been involved in racing for most of your life?
Yes, since I was probably 6 months old, I was at a race.
So. That was in large part due to your dad?
Yes, correct.
So yesterday was the 5th anniversary of his passing?
Yes.
So what's some of the influence? I know you still carry a driver's suit around with you when you're driving a race car.
The influence of my dad was, God, he loved the sport. He loved racing. He made a lot of good friends, and friends became family. and family started racing more and more. And yeah, it was. He's the biggest reason why I'm out here racing. That's for sure.
What was his biggest influence when you were a teenager? I know having a teenage son, they can the relationship can be challenging at times. Did you have that problem with your dad?
Absolutely. My dad was really big into racing, and I wasn't. I played baseball all through. I mean, since I was 6 years old until my senior year in high school, and baseball was number one to me. Racing was just, I'd get done with baseball and I'd come to the track and help him, and that's where it basically started for me after I was done with baseball. And he was getting tired and said, "Hey, you want to run?" I was like, "Yeah, that'd be pretty cool." And so he bought me a modified. We built one, ran that for a couple years, and then got hooked up with Jimmy Reed and Bart Reed at Cobra Chassis and built a Cobra car. And '98, I think we won our first main event. And yeah, that's it. We ran until 2001. Sold my race car, raised my boys. Got back into it in 2013 or 14, and because of Beverly and Chet Niss, they had a car sitting there, and they said, "Why don't you put it together?" I was like, "No, I ain't doing it." So I talked to my dad about it. He goes, "Kids are getting older. Why not? Get back into it and see what you think of it." And so we did. And ran 13 and 14, and then 15 won a championship in Merced. Finished top 3 the next 3 years, and then 18 won a championship here in Antioch.
So at some point, the father-son relationship becomes a friendship. And I know just from the way you talk about him and the videos and the pictures and stuff, he wasn't just your dad.
No, he wasn't just my dad. He'd come to the shop like during the week when I was working, and I'd go on the back of the shop. He'd be tinkering with the race car, and I'm like, "What you doing?" He goes, "I'm just checking, make sure you got everything done." And I'm like, "All right." And yeah, we'd have our breakfast, and we'd hang out on Saturday mornings. And he was always in the stands watching me race. He couldn't come in the pits anymore, but I knew where he was at in the stands every week, and I could come on the track, and he'd give me his little wave and tell me, go to the front. So that's kind of still sticks with me even though he's not here. And some days are better than others.
It can be tough even 5 years later.
It is. Everybody says, "Oh, it gets easier." It might get easier, but it's, I still have my moments, and I'll go sit down at the water and talk to him, and yeah, just figure it out, get some advice from him, and tell me to keep doing what I'm doing.
With having that relationship you had with your dad and then his passing away, how has that changed your relationship with your boys?
I think it's brought me and my boys a lot closer. I try to do more stuff with them besides just at the racetrack. I mean, we'll do barbecues on Sunday, or we'll take off and go up to Reno for the day, or go fishing, or just screw around. And that's kind of what my dad did. And my dad's big thing was Sunday dinners, and we'd barbecue every Sunday. And my dad always cooked more food than the people were there, and people would just stop by and, "Hey, you hungry?" And we'd feed them dinner. And that's pretty much the same way I do it too. And I cook food for 30, and we only have 10 people there, so there's always food in my house, always food in my trailer. Wherever we go, everybody's going to get fed. Nobody's going to go left out.
Your dad was around here for a long time at this racetrack and influenced things. What are some of the history that you remember the most of your dad at this racetrack?
My dad won a big race out here. He won the Firecracker 50, I think, in 80, 81, 82, 83, somewhere right there. It was a 50 lapper, and God, there's so many good drivers there. Bobby Hogue, Dave Berg, just a lot of the guys that came to Antioch to run these big races, and he won. I think that was probably his biggest win ever, and he was so excited. I mean, I think him and Jerry Hetrick put a motor together in his garage with used bearings and just stuff. And Billy Bowers was always with my dad helping him out, and so Billy did a lot of stuff for my dad as well. So yeah, it's just seeing a guy that doesn't have a lot of money come out here and maybe not compete week in and week out, but have those shining moments every now and then. And my dad did that for sure. And yeah, he got a lot of respect from a lot of people, and he was just a good dude, really, really down to earth, and just a fun guy to be around.
So just so everybody knows, what number did he typically run? His name, any nicknames? What do you have?
Yeah, my dad, he ran his number was 76A. He lived in the city, and his first sponsor he got was Unical 76. And the guy says, "Hey, you run my number." He goes, "I'll give you $1,000." And back then, $1,000 was pretty much a whole season of racing for him. And so that's how he got stuck with 76. And I took over the 76 for that same reason. I actually had 76 Junior, and he said, "First time you win a main event, we'll take it off and just run straight up 76A." And so I did. And then after he passed away, I kind of got rid of the 8. That was kind of his number, and I didn't want to do. I want him to be remembered for just his stuff. My dad was he was such a good dude, and 76A is his number, and so I run straight up 76. My son runs straight up 76 now. So yeah, it was just 76A will always be in our family. It's always gonna be part of us. Mavericks Racing is my dad's nickname, is Jerry the Maverick Garner. I don't even know how he got that. There's a bunch of different stories how he got it. So I don't know if he was just BSing how he got it all, but yeah, it was it stuck. So we'll always be Maverick Racing just because of my dad, and I'll never change that. It'll never get changed. So.
Well, good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
And enjoy the big shows.
Always.
Thanks for talking to me again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mark Garner, driver of the 76 IMCA Sport Modified, going in tonight with the points lead. That was the interview I had with Mark Garner on Saturday night, just past 5 years after his dad passed away. Hope you enjoyed that little chat with Mark. We'll see him back again, I know. But next week, tune in, find out who we're going to have then. This upcoming weekend, Delta Dwarf Cars, Super Stocks, Tri-State Pro Stocks, the Wingless Sprint Cars, and the Folly 4-bangers, all in action at Antioch Speedway on the 3/8 mile semi-high banked oval. You don't want to miss it, and the only place to see it, because we still are not allowed to have fans in the stands, of course, is at AntiochSpeedway.tv. That's AntiochSpeedway.tv. Subscribe for the weekend's race. I hope you're enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun doing this year, but I'll tell you what, I'll enjoy it a whole lot more when I have fans in the stands. Up next, there's a two-part. For some reason, my feed stopped partway through my pit walk, but here's my pit walk from Saturday night. Had a chance to talk with Jewel Crandall, and also talked with Dalton Jewel. Hello race fans, welcome to Antioch Speedway. We're getting set for the George Sykes Freedom Series race number 3 as I walk over here. Jewel Crandall, you're live on Facebook on Antioch Speedway by Promotions. You're getting set for racing. You've got 35 other cars to race tonight to get into the main event. You having fun this year running that hobby stock?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Here, let me try to use my hat. How's that?
Oh,
there we go. What are you learning out there in that running your hobby stock?
Definitely not to oversteer and to drive with the other drivers. So stay out of their way.
So what's your plan for the rest of this year? Just finish it out and get ready for next year?
Finish this out with my car, and next year I'll have a new car.
New car for next year?
New hobby stock.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
All right, well good luck tonight. Have fun.
Thank you.
Joel Crandall, driver of the 03 hobby stock here at Antioch Speedway. As we continue walking around, let's see who we can find over here. Billy Bad Boy Garner is here tonight, getting set for running. We got Dalton. You're live on Facebook.
What's going on?
Here with Chris Bennett's race car.
Yes, sir.
Here, let me come over on this side. The sun won't be in your eyes. How's that?
That's perfect.
Dalton, you're here with Chris Bennett's. You kidnapped or car napped and truck napped his truck in his car.
Yes, sir. I sure did. Just for tonight.
Just for tonight, so you're going to go out and have a little fun with this hobby stock he has?
Yes, sir. I'm going to try to do something with it. I mean, I've had a couple good showings in it. Bennett's had a really good showing in it the past couple times, so see what he can do.
Where's he at? How come he's not in this car?
He is at Super Nationals in Boone, Iowa.
He went out there.
Yeah, he went out there. He went with Carl Berenson to pit for him and everything. So
it's funny how often I see people leave town and then suddenly their race car still shows up.
It happens sometimes like that.
So what's your plan? Yeah, I know you sold your race car here a couple weeks ago. What's your plan going forward?
Save some money and hopefully buy a stock car. I want to get into the stock car class. I drove Bennett's a couple times, and it's a fun car, very fun car. So that's my plan.
All right. Well, good luck tonight.
You're the first person to hear it. So.
All right.
And we're pulling a normal Chris Bennett move, having somebody else hot lap him up back the car.
There you go. And then you get in it and race it.
Yes, sir.
36 cars tonight.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we just make the main. That's all I want to do is make the main.
There you go. All right. Who else we got here? All the drivers actually are in the drivers meeting at the moment, so. But we have a lot of cars here. 36, count them, 36 hobby stocks here tonight. 24 IMCA Sport Modified, 17 Modifieds here tonight. We have a lot of racing going to come up, a lot of great racing. And Jason Jennings, I don't see your car out here. Where are you at? See you on here watching. Hi, Trevor. Hi. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, Antioch Speedway TV is the only place to be for all the racing action live and direct from Antioch Speedway. So just go on over to AntiochSpeedway.tv, AntiochSpeedway.tv, and sign up with your subscription. And you can get all the racing action live and direct here from Antioch Speedway. We look forward to having you out there. We're going to have a lot of great racing action. Another exciting, fun-filled evening of racing here at Antioch Speedway with a ton of race cars here on this beautiful Saturday. Although, granted, a little bit toasty, but that's okay. We will survive. We're at the racetrack. You can't complain being at the racetrack. It's going to be hot. It's Labor Day weekend in Antioch, California. You just deal with it. So, but anyway, thanks for tuning in. That was my pit walk this past Saturday with Jewel Crandall and Dalton Jewel. Didn't think about the name correlation there until after the fact. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. They both went out and had some fun, and look forward to having them both back. With that, Delta Dwarf cars, the Super Stocks, Tri-State Pro Stocks, the Valley Four-Bangers, and the Wingless Sprint cars all in action this Saturday night, the 12th of September, 2020. Don't want to miss a minute of the action. Tune in to Antioch Speedway TV. That's AntiochSpeedway.tv. Keep an eye on our website at AntiochSpeedway.com. If you've gone in there and looked at the results and schedule page, you'll notice it takes you over to My Race Pass. That is an app you can download. It's free. And of course, you can pay money for extra frills and thrills, of course, but overall, the app is free. That's where all the action results, schedules will be kept, is on My Race Pass. So don't forget to download that. Also, keep an eye on our Facebook page at Antioch Speedway by Promotions, Antioch Speedway by Promotions. Also, on AntiochSpeedway.tv on Facebook. And of course, mine, Antioch Speedway Announcer, on Facebook and YouTube. It's where you're going to get all your latest news, notes, and tidbits of information are those locations. So don't forget to like and follow all of them across all the different platforms. That's going to do it for this episode of Wylie's Race Report. Until next time, until this Saturday, when we have the Delta Dwarf cars, Super Stocks, Four-Bangers, and Wingless Sprint cars on Antioch Speedway TV. I'm Wylie Wade. Good night, everybody. What a barn burner of a race between somebody, I don't know who, but between somebody. The wind just give me all kinds of hassle. I just don't know what to do, man. Wind's making it go doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Just crazy wind after a very hot day, 112 degrees. Ugh.